Hey, what is up, Wolfpack? Call of Duty Black Ops 1 came out back in 2010, and today it is now 2023, and I thought I'd return to Black Ops 1 on the PlayStation 3 and see how it's doing after all this time. I went in to see how alive it was, what game modes you could play, how many people were playing, and if it was hacked to all hell pretty much. And from what I found, Black Ops 1 has been, at least leading up to this point, going through all the COD games in order, Black Ops 1 has been the best and most alive Call of Duty game on the PS3 yet. There was literally hundreds of players on Black Ops at almost any given time, and towards the night and stuff when it died down, there'd be like 100 or less type of stuff. So what game modes was I able to play? Of course, most of the people at all times are going to be in Team Deathmatch. That's where we're going to find a lot of the people. And by the way, don't worry, I will get to zombies later on. So Team Deathmatch, yeah, just like most of the old COD games, is lively and full pretty much all the time. I was able to find matches anywhere from the morning, relative morning, until about midnight Pacific time. I am going off West Coast Pacific time as a heads up. Every region could be different, just to keep in mind. So besides Team Deathmatch, you will be able to find free-for-all matches occasionally because it doesn't really take much to start a free-for-all lobby, right? So you're going to be able to find plenty of those. I was actually able to find a domination match, and not just one, but those same people. I was able to play with multiple matches throughout the day, different individuals, but overall I think it was the same lobby. So that's cool. I was able to play Dom, I was able to play TDM, free-for-all, and I was able to find search and destroy matches, which is really cool. Now, what I will point out is when I did hop into search and destroy and domination, I had a bit of lag in those lobbies. It wasn't that bad. I was able to play just fine and do decent, but there was a bit of lag because I think it was connecting to people in other regions and really far away. Of course, simply playing Team Deathmatch, you probably won't have that issue, though. Overall, I think I experienced a bit more lag on Black Ops 1, though. Despite it having a lot more players, I think I lagged a bit more occasionally from time to time. It wasn't bad or unbearable, but just occasional lobbies and host migrations and stuff like that. I by far had the most of this in Black Ops 1 compared to me playing the previous COD entries as well. Not saying it's bad at all though. But getting back to Team Deathmatch, in the player count there's hundreds of people, so you can actually back out of a Team Deathmatch lobby and find a new lobby with completely different people, back out of that one, find another lobby with completely different people, and so on. So it was actually genuinely surprising to me that there's more people on Black Ops 1 than even I could find on Modern Warfare 2, COD 4, World at War, stuff like that. I mean, Black Ops 1, don't get me wrong, is an amazing Call of Duty game. I think it has some of the best progression of multiplayer and unlock system of any game yet. But maybe it's because it's the original Black Ops is why it's so populated on the servers. In PS3 Black Ops 1, I wouldn't really rely on the overall player count that it shows in the heat map because it might not be too accurate in the modern day, but if you go to the individual playlists and look at Team Deathmatch, Free-For-All, etc., I think those are accurate, telling you how many people are in each individual playlist. So, getting into the cheaters and modders. So, like I said, this seems to have a lot more people. I was able to play a lot more matches, different times of day. I played on a Thursday and a Friday as a heads up, so get a good mix of a relative weekday and a Friday a weekend. So, it's pretty active. But for the modding issue, well, I want to say I played about 20 matches. It would be my guess. So, I played about 20 matches, maybe a bit more. And I ran into about 2 modders, maybe 3, but one time they were on my team, so it's hard to tell. So 2 or 3, and what did they do exactly? Well, one guy on the enemy team I faced had a god mode, so he was unkillable. I ran into other people who would be invisible, literally invisible and unkillable, but you could see their name tag like above their head if you aimed at them. So they were just running around getting kills, not dying, invisible, and in god mode. And then I ran into another guy doing that who was on my team, though. But that was 3 different occasions spread out across 20 plus-ish different matches at different time periods as well. And of course, like I said, there's enough players where you can just leave that lobby and go find a new one. So it really wasn't bad at all. It was probably the least modded COD game up to this point that I've reviewed here in 2023, besides COD 4. Black Ops 1 multiplayer does have the issue as well, though. If you have a newer PS3 account or you changed your username in the past few years, you will unfortunately have your stats reset every time you restart the game. So that's why you're going to see me being a low level in the gameplay and not really having a ton of unlocks, unfortunately. And lastly, on the multiplayer side of things, what were the players like? Well, there was quite a lot of casual players, especially at peak hours. You're probably going to find the majority being casual players, but there is a lot of decent players as well, and a good amount of pretty good players. So there's your heads up on what the players are like, at least from my experience playing at different hours and times. Overall, though, I was still able to have a lot of fun, get streaks and unlocks and rank up, and I had a really fun time returning to Black Ops 1 here in 2023. Now, on the zombie side of things, there's obviously always going to be people playing Keynote or Toten. You're pretty much always going to find a match of Keynote or Toten, unless of course that's some unreasonable hour of night or early morning. There's quite a lot less people playing 5 and barely any playing Dead Ops, but you might be able to find those maps occasionally, so there's probably multiple lobbies of each of the DLC maps going, and I think Moon had the most at the time I checked, with about 20 players playing Moon, and something like 13 players playing Call of the Dead at the time I checked, and stuff like that. And that was kind of mid-afternoon, about 4 p.m. is when I checked. But this being Black Ops 1, of course, if you're going to play zombies, you can just make friends in multiplayer or in Kino specifically, and then take them to other maps or to zombies in general. But overall, guys, Black Ops 1 on PS3 here in 2023, I can give it a green light. It is a solid game, still playable, and a lot of people online as well. But thank you guys for tuning in, and if you want to see me go back to other PS3 games and see how they're doing here in 2023, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.